Mysteries, the Mutt Mysteries.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosebud from the Mutt Mysteries show, and I will be talking about animal murders all around the world. Viewers' discretion is advised as we are talking about animals that are being killed. Now remember to paw that like and subscribe button. Now, let's dive into the story like a fish into water. So you know that dog is humans' best friend. Now, what would you say if I told you that the last plus minus 50 years, there has been an animal killer killing dogs especially, so it is true that some dogs were lucky and survived while others weren't as lucky. The main target is dogs, but there are other animals as well that fell victim to the poison. The bad news is that the poisoner is still at large. And my heart absolutely goes out to the humans who lost their animal partner. Now, our story takes us all the way back to the late 1980s to a little place called Bowen Road. Bowen Road is where this horrible act was started by one person. Now, I want to jump a bit in the timeline to about the early 1990s, where dogs started dying from the poison each month. And remember, it's not just dogs. It's cats and, you've guessed it, other animals as well. The SPCA has come up with the numbers of what they knew of how many dogs lost their lives, which is about 200. And then there are countless amount of cats and wild animals as well. Some animals recovered. Yes, you heard me. They recovered without their owners even realizing that they were poisoned. As the years went by, there were more and more outbreaks where animals lost their lives. My question in all of this is, why make animals suffer? We don't want to suffer from anything. It will be hard on me if I lost my human partner. She is my whole world, and vice versa. Now imagine losing your animal partner like that. It hurts and it leaves a scar. I'm going to tell you something. We as animals need a lot of love and care, but in return, we give some of the best protection, especially when you eat. We guard your food. I mean, we like to make sure we get a bite as well. Why wouldn't we? It looks and tastes a lot better than our own food. Now, let's get back to the story. So there are a lot of ways to poison. The way this guy's poisonings are a bit more, how can I say, random. He would put poison in meat and leave it somewhere where animals will find it, but the owners not so much. And as such, many animals fell victim to the poison. Now we're all the way in July 2020, where 3 dogs were poisoned in 1 month. And who knows how many other animals. So with that, the police began another investigation to catch the poisoner, but came up empty-handed. Now, almost a year later, in February 2021, there were even more animal victims. And you won't believe me, but this time there were 6 dogs killed, as well as countless other animals. Luckily, we also have some survivors and heroes. In 1997, a Norfolk Terrier called Whiskey, who stayed with his best friend, Governor Pattons, in a little place called Handover, actually survived being poisoned, making people aware of the poisoning. Then, as expected, the police, the SPCA, and even a Swedish detective were investigating the person behind the poisoning. As the years went by, they tried a lot of times to figure out who it was without luck. Now, can you believe that they can't find the guy? Even though the humans tried to lay traps to get him, they were again unsuccessful. But as life goes on, the original poisoner is no longer the one poisoning the animals. He grew too old, and unfortunately, there are copycats who are continuing in his footsteps. Sadly, the years went by, but the owners of the animals who fell victim to the poison still mourns their animals' deaths. Initially, you have to remember, a harmless substance for humans can be harmful if you give it to animals. Don't do something you'll regret later on, even though they never found the people who are poisoning the animals. I have hopefully given you some food for thought. I know that the humans are trying their best, and for that, we want to thank you with a big woof. This was the Mutt Mystery Show, bringing you stories of all around the world. See you next time.